Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I wanted to just share some pocket ideas, and I have a lot of other videos where I have shown you different pocket ideas, so make sure to check out my playlist, making embellishments and ephemera, and you can check all those out. But I wanted to show a few today. I'm not sure, it might be maybe about 5. So the first one I think is really easy and so clever is to just take these paper doilies. You can get these at Dollar Tree and turn it into a pocket. So just kind of fold it up like that, and then you fold it in half like this, and then this becomes a page in your journal. So you can just fit your other papers in there, and then you have this cute little pocket. And so if you want, you can run a little bead of glue down the middle of that, but when you sew this in, it will also hold it down, but then you'll have a little pocket right there. So when you open up your page, and it's a really, unique and different type of material to use in your journal. So that's the first one. So easy. And you can decorate these up. You can add some stickers on here, or you could do some stenciling. You could add some real fabric lace on here if you want to. So I love that idea. Super easy, fun idea. So the next one is with guest checks. And this one, I love this idea of turning it into a pocket. And I will fold it up a little bit, and you can eyeball it, and you can use whatever guest checks you have. And so I'm going to fold it up about maybe a little bit more. So I have folded this up almost 1.5 inches. So just fold that up like that, and then I fold this down, so then that reinforces your pocket. And you can glue this piece down right here. Add a little glue. You can ink it up before you glue it down. And let me do that real quick. So I'm just going to put a little bit of ink along the edge there, like that. And then just add a little bit of glue right here, and a little bit of glue right there. And then that is ready to go into your journal as well. And you can glue it right down to your journal page. It's so quick and easy. And you could actually glue it down with these 3 sides, and then you'd have a pocket, or you could glue it just this way and have a tuck either on this side or that side. And let me show you a couple different ways that you can decorate them. So we have this one here. So here I just did some stamping, and then the birds are a stencil, and then I have some washi tape, and then a little stamp sticker, and then I sewed around the edges and inked around the edges. So then you have this cute little pocket right here that you can load up with all kinds of fun little stuff. So these also work great as Happy Mail, but they look great on a journal page as well. And then here's another one where I used a little bit of doily and some bingo sheet back here, and then a couple little washi stickers, and then a little die cut butterfly, and just ink that up. So easy, so quick. So I love that one. That's one of my favorite ones. So I'm doing a bunch of mask making. So I'll probably be making, I don't know, about 10 or 15 of each one of these. The next one is, I've shown this one numerous times, but I love to show you how to do it. And it's really easy. So you can use music paper, you can use scrapbook paper. I'll show you a couple different ways. So this is a piece of music paper, and it is 11 by 8.5. Okay, and so what you want to do is you want to have it go this way longwise, and just fold it up like this. Okay, so you have it folded up, so you have these 2 little peaks like that. So you don't fold it up to where the two edges touch. You fold it up where they're offset. So you'll have about an inch, inch and a quarter of gap right here. And then you'll have your two little peaks. And then you want to decide like what sides you might want to show if you're using a book page or a music page. And on this one, I wanted to have this part covered up. So then the next thing you do is you just fold this in, and I have this is about 4 3/4 inches. So you just kind of eyeball it to where this matches up. If you have a little bit sticking out, like I just fold that over, and then you can glue that down if you want to. So then you want to fold that over, and then all you have to do is tuck this one into that one. And you can glue it if you want to, but all you have to do is tuck it in there. And then you just glue along the bottom right here. So I just run a little bead of glue right through there. So now you have a pocket, and we now can put something all the way back in here. So that's a pocket, and then this is a pocket, so that's 2, and then this is a pocket, that's 3, and then this is a pocket, that's 4. And then if you glue it down onto the journal page as a pocket, then you'd have a pocket back here, or again, you could have it be a side tuck pocket. But I absolutely love these. And here's an example of doing it with scrapbook paper. And double-sided scrapbook paper does work the best. And so it's the exact same principle. I just did the exact same folds that you saw, and I did that on this one. And then I just did a little bit of lace decorations, and then added a little label and a little flower, and of course a little sewing detail. If you don't have a sewing detail, just take your pen and make some little dashes like I have on this little card here. I just did some little dashes and lines around the edges, and that gives it a nice little detail. So if you don't have a sewing machine, you grab your black pen or whatever color pen you want to use, and you can make some dashed lines to make it look like a sewing line. So I had this other piece of scrapbook paper, so I thought I would see if I can do that with this one just to show you how easy it is. So this gap, this is about 1.5 inches, but I'm going to go with it and see how it looks. And then I'm going to fold these in. So I usually try to decide what size I want to make my pockets, and usually it's about 4 inches, I think. I try to go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, something like that. There we go. And see how quickly these come together? They're so cute. And then I'm just going to tuck. You can either, I think I'll tuck this one into that one. Like that. And there we have it. And you can take your bone folder and smush those down a little bit. But it's so quick and easy to get a really fun, interesting pocket that you can just glue down onto your journal page. Love it, and it can hold so much stuff. And these are great for Happy Mail as well. The next one I wanted to show you is, I think it has 3 or 4 different pockets. And I love making these with music paper and dictionary page. So I am going to have my dictionary page kind of dictate the width of these pockets. So if you have some dictionary pages, even just book pages, doesn't have to be dictionary pages, and some music pages. I like kind of having 2 different types of book pages. So it's not just all music paper, not just all dictionary pages. And I'll look for some that have some interesting color to them, where these all have a little bit of aging to them. I think that adds to the interest to the pocket. And if you don't have any colored like this, you can ink them up, or you can coffee or tea dye them as well. And so for this one, I am going to make the edges, I'm going to trim the edges down. So I'm going to make them all, so this is about 3.5 inches. So we'll do 3.5 inches. And then we'll cut this down to 3.5. But yeah, I just have been wanting just to do some mask making and get a bunch of things in my stash so that then I can do some further decorating on these when I get into different projects that I'm working on. And then I like to trim it to where I can save some of the cliff and treble symbols. Okay, so we have these cut down. Hopefully I didn't cut that too. Oh, I did, didn't I? Oh, darn it. I did. I cut that one too small. Let me grab one more. I got so focused on saving those symbols that I cut it too skinny. So we can remedy that real quick. And 3.5. But let me know if you all like to do mask making, or if you just like to make things one at a time. Now, when I'm decorating, I don't like to necessarily decorate all the time, but I do like to do the bases in bulk. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to have 4 little pockets. So we're going to trim these down. So I'm going to trim the title off of here. I don't necessarily want the title. And I think I'll make these, let's see. I want to have a little pocket, and I like to tear them. So I'm going to tear this top piece here. And then I'm going to tear this one. And you can kind of tear it at a little angle to make it interesting, like that. And we'll ink these up. And then, let's see, how tall is that? That's about 6.5. So I'm going to cut that down just a skosh. I'm going to cut that down to 5.5. So we have that one. And then we have this one. And then we're going to add our dictionary pages. So we're going to tear this one down. And we'll have this one here. You could also alternate them and have a dictionary and then a music and then a dictionary. And maybe we'll do that on this one. So we want to trim that right about here. So we'll do that one, and then we'll have that one, and then we're going to have one more be a little bit shorter. Again, we're just going to do some sort of organic tear. We'll have that one right about there, and we'll have that be like right about there. Okay, and we'll trim that one. All right, so then we have our cute little pocket. Now you could make these wider. My dictionary page is what dictated the width on these. So if you have a little bit bigger dictionary, that might work. So I'm just going to ink these up right here. I like the idea of alternating these. Before, when I've done these, I'd do 2 music pages in the back and then 2 dictionary pages in the front. But I kind of like this like that. So cute. And so because this is long, you'll have a really long pocket back here, and then each of these pockets are a little bit shorter. So all you do, super easy. You can staple these if you want to. You can just take them straight over to your sewing machine and sew along the edges. You could just use some washi tape and just tape along the edges if you want to. So all different kinds of ways. But I love these. And then, so whatever theme you're working on, if you're doing a nature theme or if you're doing a shabby chic theme, all of these, all of the themes, all your decorations will go, because you'll have this nice blank slate to work with. We'll glue this one down. Oops. The straighter the better. There we go. And then we'll glue this one down. So these are great. You can put lots of little tickets in here, receipts that you might have, like baggage claim tickets, all kinds of fun things. And they come together really quick. So I would like cut down all of the pages first, and then I'd go through the assembly process of tearing these down. I have another one here that I had completed and I wanted to show you. So like here's another one. So this one I did a Valentine's theme, and I actually found the page that had the word love on it and the word heart. So I used those in there. And then like this is just a little claim ticket, and look how cute that looks in there. And then a little pink doily and a sticker. And then we have this cute little husband and wife, since it's Valentine's theme. And then I just stuck these little tickets in here and wrote love on there with a heart. And then this is just a pink little ticket that I got when I bought something from somebody. So I saved that. And then a cute little bow. But isn't that so cute? So these are so fun and easy. And again, they glue. You just glue all 3 sides down onto your journal. And you can have another pocket up top. So you could have 1, 2, 3. You could have 4 pockets. Or again, you can make them be a side tuck, depending on how you glue those down. So that's really cute too. And then let's see. The next one I wanted to show you is using these little index dividers. And I think these are really fun to turn into pockets. And I kind of make it into a double pocket. So again, I'm going to use some music paper for the background. And let me clean up my area here just for a minute. So I have some of this really cute coffee dyed music paper. And I think I'm going to use that. So I am just going to loosely tear a little area here. I think we have some more. Try trying to find one that has lots of notes. I mean, most of it's going to be covered up, so I don't think it really matters. But I'm wanting to do a little organic little tear around here. And just cover this area up right here. So we'll do... So I know you have a bunch of music paper you've collected. So I think this is a great way to kind of go through and use some of this stuff to make some fun little pockets. So I think that'll fit pretty good. Trim this down a little bit down here. Yeah, that looks great. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to use my stamp. I love this stamp so much. And so I'm going to stamp onto some coffee dyed paper. Let's see if I can find some. Here, we have a little piece of coffee dyed paper here. And I'm going to stamp onto this piece of paper, and I'm going to use some of this to turn into a pocket on top of this music sheet. And I am going to, let's see, I think I'll do my walnut stain. And I'm going to ink this up. I am going to put this book underneath here. Might help me get a little bit better of a stamp. And we'll just tap, 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 tap. But I hope y'all are doing well and having fun. Getting some crafting done in these cold, snowy days. Throwing myself into my craft room is definitely the way to go. It's definitely been good for me. And I'm not worried if it's not like a perfect stamp. It doesn't need to be perfect. So that looks pretty darn good though. It's nice when a plan comes together. And then I'm going to tear this one out. And I want it to be a little bit smaller than this one. So first off, I'm going to tear it here. That reminds me, I need to make some more coffee dyed paper. All right, so we're going to tear around here. So yeah, so we'll just, I'm going to try to keep the title. I'm pretty sure I got that stamp at Hobby Lobby. I don't know if they still have it. But you can use any stamp. You could use like some butterfly stamps, or you could use, if you have like a pretty flower, some pretty flowers. Any sort of stamp will work. Oh, I think that looks pretty good. Yep. I think I might make it just a skosh smaller. And then let me ink these up. Well, I hope these ideas spark some motivation in you to do this. So I am going to glue this page. You could glue this page down and make it a pocket as well. And maybe we'll try that. We'll have like a little double pocket there. So I'm going to glue loosely around the edge. And then we'll put that down. So again, these will be small little pockets, but when you glue this down to the journal page, this is going to be a pocket as well. So I think that'll be really fun. And then we're going to glue this one down. And we'll make this one a little pocket as well. But yeah, let me know. Hopefully, let me know if you decide to make some of these. And let me know which ones you're going to make, or if you're going to make all of them. So then you have this really cute triple pocket now. Triple pocket, index pocket. Isn't that cool? And then I have one here where I have done some decorating. So really simple. I just added a couple little die cuts from a paper pad. Here's a little tag. And so now you have these two pockets, plus you have this as a pocket. I think I love these. And then the other fun thing to do is I punched a hole and then added an eyelet. And so you could even have this hang off the edge of a journal page and just like glue on this side of the index card, and then you could have this charm kind of hang off the edge of your journal page if you want to. You'd have that sticking out a little bit. So I think these are so great. So we've made, we've made these. Love these index triple pockets. And then we made these book page and dictionary page quadruple pockets. What else did we make? Oh, we made these fun music paper pockets right here. The music paper and scrapbook paper pockets. So fun. Love these. So easy to do. And we did our fun little guest check pockets. And then here's our sweet little guest check pockets that we made. And then we made these really fun doily pockets. So fun and easy. So very quick, we have 1, 2, 3, we have 5 different pockets that I feel are very unique. They add a little bit of different interest to your journal page than the normal just cutting down a piece of cardstock and adding that as a pocket, which I do tons of those all the time. But like I said, I have tons of other videos on other pocket ideas, so make sure you check those out. I'll link a couple of them down below, but I don't know if I've shown all of these together, and so I thought it was fun to kind of show these to you guys. And they're so quick and easy, and you can just mass make the base and then have that in a little container, and then when you go to make some journals of different themes, then you can just decorate them, for the appropriate theme. Well, I hope you all found this video helpful, and sorry if I hit my mic there, but I appreciate you all watching. I would love it if you'd hit the like button. And then tell me, do you have a favorite pocket? Have you made these pockets before? I'm sure you have. They're not new, but I wanted to just share these ideas because I think they're really fun. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.